A day for relaxation? Or is it? You know what they say about Labor Day? It's the day we celebrate all the hard work we did. Just kidding. It's more like the day we celebrate by firing up the grill, gathering with friends and family, and pretending we haven't touched a spreadsheet or answered an email in weeks. We mostly just fire up the grill and pretend we haven't touched a spreadsheet in weeks. But hey, before you reach for that extra burger, let's take a minute to appreciate what this holiday is really about. But hey, before you reach for that extra burger, let's take a minute to appreciate what this holiday is really about. It's not just about the food and fun, because behind every day off, every long weekend, every out-of-office email reply, there's a whole lot of history and hard work that got us here. It's a day to honor the labor movement and the contributions of workers. And no, I'm not talking about that epic quest to find the perfectly ripe avocado at the grocery store, though that can feel like a Herculean effort sometimes. I'm talking about the tireless efforts of workers who fought for fair treatment, decent wages, and not dying on the job. I'm talking about the tireless efforts of workers who fought for fair treatment, decent wages, and not dying on the job. These brave individuals stood up for their rights and made significant sacrifices, so put down the spatula for a second. Unless you're grilling, then please continue safety first. And let's dive into the surprisingly fascinating world of Labor Day. It's a day to remember and appreciate the struggles and victories that have shaped our working lives today. Picture this, 1880s America. People are working their tails off, like really working. We're talking 12-hour days, 7 days a week, often in dangerous conditions. Think factories churning out smoke, kids working in mines, the whole shebang. Not exactly the picture of workers' paradise, right? Enter the labor unions. These brave souls banded together, demanding better treatment and fairer conditions. They organized strikes, rallies, and even faced off against some pretty powerful folks. They were like the original Avengers, but instead of fighting Thanos, they were battling for things like weekends and, basic human rights. And guess what? They won some major victories. One of their biggest wins, you guessed it, Labor Day. Labor Day isn't just a random Monday off, it's a day with deep significance and history. It's a tribute to the backbone of our society. The teachers, nurses, construction workers, delivery drivers, farmers, cashiers, firefighters, and countless others who keep our world running smoothly every single day. It's a day to acknowledge that behind every product we use, every service we enjoy, and every comfort we take for granted, there are human beings putting in the work, often without recognition. It's a day to recognize that their labor has value, and that they deserve our respect and appreciation. Because let's face it, without workers, the world would grind to a halt. Who would build those skyscrapers that define our city skylines? Who would deliver those online shopping packages that we may or may not have ordered while working from home? Who would make sure we have food on our tables and roofs over our heads? Labor Day is a reminder of all these contributions. Think back to those early labor unions fighting for things like the 8-hour workday and safer workplaces. These hard-won victories didn't just disappear into thin air, they became the foundation for the labor laws and worker protections we have today. Thanks to their efforts, most of us enjoy weekends, paid time off, and the right to a safe work environment. Though let's be honest, some office coffee machines still seem like OSHA violations waiting to happen. And it's not just about factory workers anymore. The spirit of Labor Day extends to every profession. From the tech geniuses coding the latest apps to the baristas crafting our morning lattes, every worker deserves to be treated fairly and with dignity. Section 5, Labor Day, a time for solidarity and snacks. Labor Day is a fantastic reminder that we're all in this together. It's a time to stand in solidarity with workers from all walks of life, to recognize their contributions, and to support their fight for fair treatment. Plus, let's be real, who doesn't love a good Labor Day barbecue? It's the perfect excuse to gather with friends and family, enjoy some delicious food, hopefully grilled by someone else, and share some laughs. But hey, while you're enjoying that burger and soaking up the last rays of summer sun, take a moment to think about the people who made it all possible. The ones who harvested the food, built the grill, and delivered the propane tank. Section 6. Remembering the struggles, celebrating the victories. Labor Day is as much about remembering the past as it is about celebrating the present. It's a day to honor the sacrifices made by those who came before us, who fought tirelessly for workers' rights, often facing adversity and hardship. Their struggles paved the way for the progress we enjoy today. Thanks to their courage and determination, workplaces are safer, workers have more rights, and the pursuit of fair labor practices continues. So, let's raise a glass, or a burger, or a veggie skewer, whatever your preference, to those who fought for a more just and equitable world of work. Their legacy lives on in every paycheck, every benefit, and every worker who can go to bed at night knowing their rights are protected. Section 7, Labor Day around the world, a shared sentiment. Here's a fun fact. The United States isn't the only country that celebrates Labor Day. In fact, it's a global phenomenon. While we're busy flipping burgers and soaking up the last days of summer, many other countries around the world are also honoring their workers. From Canada to Australia, from Japan to Brazil, people are coming together to celebrate the contributions of their labor force. People are taking to the streets with parades and rallies, waving flags and carrying banners that highlight the importance of workers' rights and fair labor practices. They are enjoying special meals with loved ones, sharing stories and laughter, and reflecting on the achievements of the past year. It's a time to recognize the vital role that workers play in their societies, from the farmers who grow our food to the teachers who educate our children. It's a reminder that no matter where we live or what language we speak, we all share a common bond. The value of hard work and the importance of fair labor practices are universal principles that transcend borders. So, this Labor Day, let's remember that we're part of a global community that values and respects the contributions of workers everywhere. Let's celebrate the unity and shared sentiment that brings us all together. Section 8, More than just a BBQ, appreciating workers every day. Labor Day shouldn't be the only day we acknowledge the importance of workers. We can show our appreciation year-round by supporting businesses that treat their employees fairly, by advocating for worker-friendly policies, and by simply saying thank you to the people who make our lives easier and more enjoyable. Next time you're at a restaurant, thank your server. When you check out at the grocery store, acknowledge the cashier. And if you see a construction worker on a hot day, maybe offer them a bottle of water, or a cold beverage if you're feeling extra generous. Section 9. So, kick back, relax, and thank a worker. So, go ahead, enjoy that extra day off. Fire up the grill, hit the beach, catch up on some much-needed sleep, you've earned it. But before you drift off into a food coma-induced nap, take a moment to appreciate the generations of workers who made all this possible. Because without them, we'd all be stuck at work, dreaming of long weekends and wondering who was going to make that extra batch of potato salad. Happy Labor Day, everyone. Now go enjoy those well-deserved burgers.